What is travel for if not to do some moderately questionable stuff? I'm about to go buy a ticket to a Korean movie that I'm pretty sure will only have Finnish subtitles and see how much I understand. It's called Old Boy. I know it's a classic and it's something about prison and there's a chase. I don't know. I guess we'll see how much I actually understood at the end of it. But yeah, let's go. Alright, so I was indeed correct. I got the ticket. Sadly, no student discounts. So I'm paying 11 euros for this. In my defense, which is small. It's my final day traveling. I've been traveling 2.5 months. It's okay to make questionable choices. So it's gonna be an expensive experiment, but a nice one nonetheless. The face you're seeing right now is one of cautious optimism. Let the 10-ish years of Korean dramas I've watched thus far ignite a sudden understanding of the language within me. Guess we'll see. Look at the pretty building. Until then. All right. You know, choices were made. Can't take it back now. So, moving on. So I feel like I should explain myself a bit here. The Korean language and I go back far, but not really. So what happened was, I think it was at least 2010, I know, maybe a bit before, so it's been at least 13 years, so I must have been either 12 or 13, when I first discovered Korean dramas. And I became very engaged with the medium, with that type of show for around, well, up until now really. I mean, it comes and it goes, but especially in high school, I used to watch so many, but always with English subtitles. So I don't know how much of that is sticking around in my brain. I tried to formally learn Korean, or as formally as you can get with online resources, but I was never very consistent. I learned the alphabet, Hangul. I sort of know how to read and write it, though not all of the exceptions to the rules and the minutiae of it, I don't know, but I at least know sort of. And I'm pretty sure I'm somewhere in the beginner stage. So me doing this, I don't know where I got the confidence from. It's my final day, I'm traveling. This will also give me a better idea of where I currently stand, and if nothing else, it'll be a bit of a wake-up call. When I watch shows at home, I am trying to now phase out the usage of English subtitles just to have that be more a part of my learning with Korean, but I am not consistent with it, and sometimes I just really want to know what the plot is, so I stop doing it because I really just want to know how the story actually goes. I just don't know. In this scenario here, what we have is me being in a theater room where I cannot quickly Google something, or I won't. There's a difference. Or being able to quickly turn on the subtitles to figure out what's going on. I really have to utilize the entirety of my brain to make sure I understand what's going on. And I don't know how that is going to go. It could go well. It could be the wake-up call I need. I just don't know. So a few rules. One, I'm not allowed to Google anything while watching the movie. I'll make notes while watching in my notebook to kind of keep track of what I think the plot is about. Okay, wish me luck. I'll go into the how much I understood verdict a bit later, but initial thoughts, that was probably, if not one of the most disturbing movies I have ever seen. And by disturbing, I mean any and all trigger warnings. Well, a lot, let's say. A lot of trigger warnings are needed before you watch this movie. Even if I didn't understand everything, still, I can think off of the top of my head at least 5 to 10 trigger warnings needed. I did not know what I was getting myself into. And I understood enough to not be able to forget what I saw. But yeah, this is very much a movie where you need to proceed with caution and at your own risk. Don't get me wrong, it's a good movie. I can see why it's a classic. Yeah, no, I need to like digest what the hell I just saw. Word for word, I would say maybe understood 40 to 50%. But when it comes to actual what was going on, the entire point of the movie is that you're kind of figuring it out along with the main character. So there was confusion there, a lot of confusion, as my notes show. So it makes sense that I didn't know what was going on a lot of the time. I would say in the end, I probably missed maybe 1-2 plot points, but in general lines, I know what happened. I'm confused about the reasoning a bit because I'm not 100% about that. But I would say when it comes to understanding the story itself, I probably understood 70 to 80%. Okay, around 70. So I would pass. Let's say it would be like a decent enough pass. Clearly, my Korean still needs a lot of work. And if it wasn't obvious already, I also do not speak Finnish. I cannot. Those subtitles wouldn't have done much. I am not going to go into the content of the movie. I will be using Wikipedia and YouTube to figure out, kind of fill in the gaps of my understanding and probably correct some things I think happened with whether that was actually true or not. And this showed me that yes, I do understand some Korean too, even if I don't understand everything, because the medium is film, because it's so visually oriented as well. That really helps with your understanding of what you're watching as well. So even if you don't understand a lot of what's happening, you can still sort of guess at it. 3, I'm making here an intention that I will start watching Korean dramas without subtitles, even when I really, really want to know 100% of what's going on. Because there are some shows that I really just, I don't want to miss anything. But what this has shown me is that I will still understand well enough to make comprehensible input as a viable strategy when it comes to my language learning going forward. Intention out there in the world. Overall thoughts again on the movie. Would I recommend it? Not to everyone, no. Like, also, I'm pretty sure there's like a certain age from which onwards it's okay to watch the movie. It's there for a reason. So, yeah. Cinematically, it's amazing. The actors did such a good job. Like, I was very immersed. There was a scene at the end where I couldn't even make myself fully watch it. I literally put my hand in front of my eyes because it was too gruesome. But yeah, trigger warnings. Oh my god. I don't regret having seen the movie. It's a good movie. It had a lot of twists and turns. If you do end up watching it, good luck. So many trigger warnings. Thank you for watching.